So, I've watched a lot of podcasts, I've watched a lot of videos in my time. I've seen so many different amazing, stories and visualized like a lot of different things. But one thing stuck out with me when I was watching a podcast yesterday on YouTube, and that is, life is not easy. It's never easy. You may think it's easy. You may think I have an easy life, but that is not the case. Everyone has difficult times in their lives. Everyone has, the ups and the downs. And trust me when I say this, I've had some ups and I've had some downs in my life. It's what we do with all the extra stuff that happens. If life were easy, I guarantee you every single person, I'm not going to say guarantee, I'm going to say that a majority of the human population would be living in mansions and they'd have like millions and millions, maybe even billions of dollars to their name. But that's not always the case. The important thing that I should take away is that we can live our lives the best we know how, and that may be the best for ourselves, but it's not the best for every single person. And I'm not trying to say that you have to be your best self for every single human being on this planet, just the ones that count. And the ones that count are your family, your extended family, your YouTube family, your social media family, whatever it is. It may not seem like things are going to get better or worse or whatever, but things don't get to come easy for a lot of us out here. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are working and, you're driving and you're doing all of that awesome stuff out there. But right now, we're kind of in a crisis. We're kind of in this, middle ground where we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know if life will get easier after, this coronavirus finally disappears and just dies away. We don't know what's going to happen next. We have an idea what could happen next, but that's probably not going to happen. And life isn't easy right now because a lot of you who are working that don't work at grocery stores, that don't work at, hospitals or pharmacies or stuff like that, you're stuck at home. You're probably getting a little bit stir crazy right now, or you're getting, you're trying to figure things out. It's not easy having to deal with this whole situation that the world is in right now, outside this room and outside this house that I'm currently living in. It's not going to be an easy journey for the rest of our lives. It's not. I just want to point out a couple of things here that, that are going to be interesting to talk about in the comment section down below, because I want to hear you guys' input. Look, when the bubonic plague took place, that wasn't easy for every single person who died from the plague. When the swine flu, bird flu, SARS, any of these diseases or viruses, that Ebola, none of these, really, they had a huge impact, in South Africa and here in the United States and, and other countries as well. But there's nothing been this big. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not gonna, I may be wrong on this whole thing. But when they had to deal with the bubonic plague, when we had to deal with the H1N1 virus, the bird flu, the swine flu, SARS, all Ebola, even now with this coronavirus, things are scary right now. And I know a lot of you are probably sick and tired of us talking about this coronavirus on our YouTube channels and stuff like that. But this goes back to the beginning of this video when I said life isn't easy. With flus, with colds, with sore throats, all of that, it's not easy being in our own skins, and we have to grow, we have to adapt, we have to evolve, so to speak. When life throws you curveballs, you don't hit, and sometimes you can't hit them out of the park. You have to figure out how to better yourself. You have to make your life. Yeah, I'm not saying every situation is going to be easy. Every variable in life is going to be easy. There's going to be difficult times in your life. There's going to be times where you wish you weren't alive. And to those ones out there, I say, look, it may not be easy, but there's always someone that doesn't have it as good as you, or doesn't have it as amazing as you. Just think about that. There are humans out there who don't have homes, that can't get clothes to wear or food to eat, and it sucks for those individuals that are homeless, or that can't afford to get food, or afford to buy clothes to put on our bodies, or afford a house to live in, or afford to buy a car to drive. And it sucks. That's plain and simple. Not everything is going to be handed to you on a silver platter. Nothing's been handed to me on a silver platter ever in my life. It may seem like that because I'm living in this nice house my parents own, and I've had everything. I've been able to get clothes and food and all of that stuff. But that's not always been the case in my life. It may seem like it's been easy for me, but I want to let you guys know that it has never, it hasn't always been easy for me to live my life. And if it weren't so hard for a lot of us, and I'm not speaking on my behalf, but there's a lot of humans out there who, are having such a difficult time. Be generous towards them. Give them a candy bar, or give them a drink, or give them a little bit of money. Not too much, just, stuff like that. Be more generous, because they have it harder than you do. Look, I'm not sugarcoating any of this. Every single person on this planet has had a hardship where either they had been broken up, they got fired, they don't have a home to live in, they don't have food to eat, they don't have clothes to wear, they don't have a great school system, anything like that. We need to start doing things better and making the humankind better. And I know it's going to take years, and some good things have happened in the past 2 or 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years. But we're still evolving. We're still trying to figure out what's next. Because what's next could be good or it could be bad. I don't know. You probably have no clue. There's a lot of humans out there who have no idea what's next. And it's scary. And it's always going to be scary until we figure this stuff out the proper way. And that's all I've got on that topic. I wanted to talk about something else as well today. And that is, look, I like going to events. I've been to 2 VidCons. I've told you about this before. I've been to 3 Comic-Cons. I've been to, so many amazing things. I got to see my great-grandmother turn 100. I got to see so many things in my life. I got to go to Hawaii and experience Hawaii for the first time. I got to go to Florida when I was 4. I got to go to Washington, D.C. when I was 13 or 14, or 12 or 13, somewhere around there. I got to do all these amazing things. And this is nothing, I'm not trying to say it was easy to get to these locations or stuff like that. But it's fun. There's fun times in life that you can experience. And I would love nothing more for this whole situation to be over with by the time this year's Comic-Con in my city happens. That's not until September. That's, we're in March. We're almost towards the end of March, but still, that's April, May, June, July, August, 6 months from now that it'll probably happen. And I want to go to my fourth one. And I would love nothing more to, I've suggested names after names after names of amazing, actors and actresses that, I would love nothing more to see at this year's event, if they have it. I'm not saying they're going to have it. But if they did have it, it would be amazing to see at least one of those names that I suggested. Or maybe 2 or 3. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, they have a couple, of Comic-Cons coming up in St. Louis and in Philadelphia and in Chicago. Or no, Chicago might have already passed. There's one other one that's in August. I can't remember what it was, but I'm hoping and praying that whatever happens in these next 6 months, that they will actually have the event this year. Because I got to go last year, and I got it within like 20 feet of Jason Momoa last year. And that was amazing. I didn't actually get to talk to him or meet him or anything, because they had strict rules on that. The fact of the matter is that it's awesome to see these celebrities come to this city, because, don't get me wrong, there's been so many great, actors and actresses from this area, from Sacramento, from this city. I know I said Sacramento. You guys know about Sacramento. I've talked about it numerous times. But I'm not saying anything other than that. Look, Tom Hanks is from here. Brie Larson's right from not that far away from Sacramento. There's just so many actors who've lived in Sacramento or come from Sacramento. And it would be amazing to, meet someone from this area, or some actor or actress that, is not from this area. And I know it would be very hard to, get someone like Dwayne Johnson or Vin Diesel or, John Cena or someone like that to actually ever come here to Sacramento, to Sac Comic Con, whenever it's going to happen. It may have already happened. I don't know. I have a feeling that it's going to be in September sometime. But I'm going to actually go and ask them if they've already had it, because I'm following them on Instagram, and hopefully they'll respond to me and see what's going on with that. So with that being said, I hope you have an amazing 2020. You have the best birthday you could possibly have this year, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand spanking new video. Happy first day of Aries season, by the way. Today is the very first day. And then the last day is April 19th, which is 2 days after my birthday. But I'll go into more detail about Aries season when I find out more. So, and if you have a birthday in Aries season, welcome to the time of the year where I do what I do best, and that's celebrate my birthday in Aries season. So, I'm glad to know that there's other Aries out there. If you are born between today and April 19th, let me know in the comment section down below. Because I want to know how many other Aries are in my, are following me on YouTube and stuff like that. Bye-bye.